This is Tanya Bridge Malone back with another YouTube video. So today I'm going to read some stuff that I actually wrote. I just got done writing it. I'm going to make it short today as far as my writing and stuff, and I'll do some more writing when I get home because I want to try to do something with my hair today. I know, I was supposed to yesterday, but anyway, I want to read y'all some stuff that I wrote. There was something that I wrote way back about a year ago. And Ben's, I don't have this stuff out on a beat or a song out. I want to get it out there and read it to people. And I don't care. Let me know your all's comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about what I wrote, you know. I got to find what I wrote, first of all. I got so much stuff written in here, for real. Trying to get to what I actually wrote, where I'm at. Let's see here. Okay, this I wrote, a year ago when I was going through a breakup. I want to let y'all know a little bit of the backstory to it. You know, the past, the backstory to it. I was with this person for 3.5 years. I've spoken a lot about it on my YouTube channel, and I will show y'all my feed as soon as I read this, whatever. But anyway, I wanted y'all to know the backstory to it. So the backstory to it was I was with this person for 3.5 years. They were an alcoholic. And I pretty much seen all the red flags, and I still continue to pursue the relationship because I've been going to counseling for like almost a year now, and my counselor tells me that people who are bipolar are prone to picking toxic people. And so that is true. I'm working on myself, trying to be a better version of myself, basically. You know what I mean? So anyway, I wrote this a year ago, and I wrote some other stuff, too, that I'll read to y'all. But this right here I'm going to write in hopes that if there's anybody out there going through heartbreak, that this helps you, you know. Spoken words from the distance, my thoughts, memories, reminiscing. Wonder, is there something I'm missing? Paying close attention, want to love with my heart, all of myself. What I always have from the pits of my soul. It's so hard to make another know how you love them so. Some smile, put on a show, then slam the door. Leave your heart drowning on the shore, tearing down the barriers. Christ is the miracle carrier. When the heart is hurt, nothing in life is scarier. When you want to be happy, when you love, when you want to love with all of yourself, when it's good, it's all the merrier. Giving your body to another, just like another man or woman laying down, giving themselves to someone they don't know. Well, the heartbreak that comes is more than you want to know. I know I've been hurt from the depths of my soul. I know I have experienced it, so listen to the words I bestow. Listen to your soul, but use your brain. Don't leave your heart out to hang, watching the door slam. And then today, I wrote this next one I'm about to read you is one I wrote today. I pretty much write poetry, y'all, and it's really something I really love to do, and I can put it to a beat, but I still struggle staying on beat a little bit, but I'm going to read this to y'all. And this right here, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a backstory for this here. This has something to do with the stuff I went through a year ago, plus what I feel now. I don't love this person anymore, and there's nothing left there because I broke up with him because he did not do me right. You know what I mean? He had too many lustful thoughts, too many, and I know that our bodily flesh lusts after people. We do. There's no point in saying that we don't, because there's times that I would love to have somebody in my life, but I fight the struggle. You know what I mean? I fight the struggle. And this here, what I wrote, will explain. I wanted you next to me, expressing my emotions' ecstasy. Feeling your body next to me, caressing your hair, giving my heart, about to be us together forever. See, I gave my heart, will you love me from the depths of your heart? Wholeheartedly, exception, see, you're my man, I knew you wouldn't love me like you supposed to be. Arguing, hurting me mentally, trying to keep myself sane physically. Heart hurts continually. Should I try again, leave my mind stained again, falling for all the lies, words I tried to compromise, but I'm not seeing the love in your eyes. Why do you think it hurts only minimally? I gave you the best of me, just for you to rip my heart out to shreds. Some days I couldn't get up out of bed. So glad I gave up and fled. Our love that was once carried, but we loved our way, so to this day your love was dead, faded away. Like the flyaway leaves, seems people always up and leave, so in my heart I grieved. But our mess was too much to succeed. Admittedly, I wasted time trying to make you see what I thought was destined to be, but lots of things disposed upon my heart. I need a man who loves God, shoot my shot. but I got lots of empty space. But I see all the struggles I face. Will I ever find love in another place? You know, because basically I want to explain what all that means. What I mean in that is that I gave my whole heart to somebody who never had intentions of doing right by me. You know what I mean? And now that I've healed from that, and I am healed from that, I do not love that person anymore. I'm way over that, way past that. But I'm just saying, when you get your heart broken, sometimes you wonder, is it going to happen again? You know what I mean? It's so scary when you put yourself out there. And I've not really put myself out there because I go to work and come home. It's hard to meet people. You know what I mean? And I figure God will bring the right person in my life when the time is right, so I'm not really searching. But I struggle with the fight because I feel loneliness just like anybody does. But I know I can't just settle for anybody. You know what I mean? And I struggle. That is a struggle for me, and I think that's a struggle for a lot of people. So what I want to express is that I'm going to roll this window up, y'all. There's a lot of people going through here because I'm at the park like every day I'm off pretty much. But that right there, I just want to explain that because I feel like that can help so many people because there's a lot of people out here who are struggling. They are struggling with being lonely because we all struggle with loneliness. You know what I mean? I mean, my kid's raised, you know what I mean? And I love my son with all my heart, but we work different hours, different places, and I don't really see him a whole lot. I mean, I do see him a couple times a month, 4 or 5 times a month. I see him every night I come home. But, you know, it's not the same as having somebody in your life. You know what I mean? I miss that. I'll be honest, I miss having somebody in my life. But I don't miss the toxic people that I had in my life. I want somebody good. This time I want to pick the right person, but I'm going to let God pick them. You know what I mean? Because I'm always out here in a desperate search like I did. And I've been single for almost 2 years. You know what I mean? So, and I'm keeping it that way until God guides the right person my way, you know, until I see somebody good. I don't want somebody that's toxic. I don't want a liar, a person who wants to cheat and all that. There's so many people out here that's been cheated on, and that's hard to get past. You know what I mean? So, those things that I wrote there really means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because that's truly how I feel right now. I wonder will I ever find love in another place. You know what I mean? I wonder, will I? Will I find true love, or will it be another person that ain't worthy of my time? You know what I mean? That's why I don't really like dating around with different people online. You know what I mean? I ain't big on trying to meet somebody online, even though it might be good for some people. But for me, I just... there's too many scary things going on in the world today to try to meet somebody online. But as soon as this person gets out of this bathroom, I had to stop in here and use the bathroom. Man, I really had to go and drink a whole coffee. So I figured I'd shoot a video while I'm out here, y'all. But anyway, I just wanted to share a couple things I wrote. And I hope y'all leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of it. I want your opinion. You know, give me your opinion. You know, I get anybody to watch my videos, you know. But anyway, that's just some stuff that I struggle with, you know. I struggle with the fight. I struggle with the lustful thoughts. I struggle with a lot of things. I ain't going to sit here and lie. I ain't going to sit on here and say that I'm not never attracted to somebody, because I am. I'm attracted to men. You know, there's a few people that I'm attracted to, you know what I mean, that I pass in my everyday life, you know what I mean. And I'm single, so I can look, you know what I mean. But I know that I got to keep straight in the holy book. You know what I mean? Because I can't get myself all shook up over somebody's looks, because looks is not everything. You have to be attracted to something on somebody. I do truly believe that. And a lot of people will tell me, well, you're, you look too much. People will say, well, you look too much for looks. No, I got to be physically attracted to somebody I'm with. I do believe there has to be a physical attraction, and you have to have something in common. Like, I feel like I want somebody I got something in common with. You know what I mean? It don't have... I'd like to be with somebody who actually has some music interests like I do. It don't have to be rap. It can be different genres of music, you know. But I want a godly man. I don't want somebody who's just out here throwing herself to anybody or anything like that. You know, I want somebody good. You know what I mean? So I'm taking my time. And anyway, y'all, I'm probably going to move this truck real quick. And then I'll get back with y'all. So just give me a minute and let me move this truck, because I got to move it, so I'm not in these people's way, and I'm parked down here. So y'all just give me a minute. Give me a minute, let me move my truck. And then I come out to the park, y'all, just to get away from people, you know what I mean? Get away from everything so I can listen to the Lord. And I like to be able to talk about stuff that's on my heart. And so I'm going to park, and then I'm going to show y'all this stuff, but you got to give me time. people. Hard to get away from people sometimes, and I like to be around people, y'all, if they're nice people. But when I have to be around people who's negative all the time, like literally. But anyway, I'll show y'all my fit and all this. Once I get parked back up here, I gotta get off the road here. I really hate coming down this road, but there's a bathroom right across from the pavilion there, so I go up there instead of having to ride all the way down to the gas station and use the bathroom. I know when I get a coffee, I gotta go. Oh, Lord. But anyway, I know that's TMI, too much information, but everybody goes to the bathroom, y'all, so there ain't no point in sitting around. They ain't like I'm going into detail, you know. Anyway, I hope y'all having a blessed day in the Lord, and I will show y'all my fit once I get parked up here. But I can't be in everybody's way. I know I always hate it when you're walking through the park and you got people with their cars coming around. It's okay if people's fishing, but a lot of times people will just go up and through the pathway there around that road, and you can't even walk, you know. Some people bring their dogs here to take them for a walk, you know. But anyway, I'll show y'all my fit. I'm going to have to get out of the truck to show y'all my fit, because it's a little chilly just to be standing out here. But anyway, I'll show y'all my fit. This is the jacket I showed y'all yesterday. I'm wearing my guest jacket. I like it. It fits pretty good. Now give me just a second so I can take this jacket off. Oh, Lord. Anyway, this is the Champion shirt that I showed y'all I got from Ross. Can't remember how much I gave for it. It's not the greatest of outfits, y'all, but I just threw some stuff together today. I don't remember how much I gave for this shirt, y'all, but I'm sure I probably showed it to y'all. I don't know. But anyway, this is a shirt with the gold Champion. And then I got my Michael Kors white belt on, my green pants, and my Air Force One mids, wheat shoes. So this is the fit for the day, y'all. So anyway, I showed y'all the fit. So I want y'all to let me know how y'all doing. You know, how y'all doing? You know, anybody out there dating anybody? Anybody out there putting herself out there? You know what I mean? I don't know, y'all. I go to work and there's not really, you know what I mean? I mean, they're just, you know what I mean? When you go to work, a lot of people don't want to date people they work with, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of downslides to that. And I really don't go anywhere. I go to the park, I go to church, but I ain't really met nobody. But I'm not really in a desperate search, you know what I mean? When God brings somebody in my life, I'll know what is right, you know? But for now, that's pretty much what my mind's kind of at. But, you know, I would really like to find somebody. Yeah, I would love to have somebody in my life one day when the time is right. But one thing I fight is the battle that I don't want to settle. So, you know, nobody wants to settle for somebody that's not right for them. So, sorry y'all, I dropped my phone. But, yeah, that's something I fight sometimes. And, yeah, I battle that. And I'm just honest with y'all. I'm just transparent with y'all. I don't lie about what I feel. I don't lie about nothing. You know what I mean? I just tell the truth. And that's the way to be. You know what I mean? It's hard to find. And I want to know, y'all leave your comments in below, man. Leave some comments. Let me know you're watching my videos. You know, where are you at? Do you have a significant other? Are you married? Are you dating? Are you in the dating field? Are you know, what are you looking for? What do you look for in a mate? What is your old standards and stuff like that, you know? Mine's, I want somebody who's I have boundaries, and I have standards, and I want a godly man who believes in the speaking of tongues, somebody who believes the way I believe. I want somebody who likes the fine arts, you know, I want somebody who's honest, has morals, values, and integrity, and you're either born with those things or you're not. Because some people, if they do not have morals, values, and integrity, you cannot force that upon somebody. They either have it or they don't. Some people will never have morals, values, and integrity, and that's something that you definitely want. I don't want somebody out here cheating on me. I don't want nobody that lies, and I don't want no man that's on the internet 24/7 talking sexually to other women, or has to have all these women surrounding them and can't just be happy with one woman. Because here's the thing, even if it's, and it can be a woman the same way. I'm not going to be hypocritical here, because there are women like this out in society too. Not just men. Because I'm not sexist, and I will say there are women out here that lay around with anything, go around sleeping around with people and stuff when they got a good man at home. And that's not right. I mean, that right there is not right. You should not be sleeping around with somebody, sleeping around on somebody you're with. If you do not love them, then let them go. It's not good to sit around and lie to them and tell them you love them, and you can't love somebody and be sleeping around with somebody else. There's just no way. There's no way you can love somebody and do that. If you can, you got something wrong with you upstairs, you know what I mean? You need to go to therapy or something and figure out what your problems are. But there's also people out here that can't deal with somebody who's a real person, who's transparent. People like me are rare. I have a love for people. I have a love for God's people. I'm a true Christian. I'm a human being, and I'm flawed. I'm not perfect, but would I like to have somebody in my life? Sure. One day when the time is right, when God's the right one in my life. But I don't want to be the one to pick them. And I feel like there's a lot of men out here that even if they was interested, they wouldn't ask you out. You know what I mean? It's almost like, men nowadays asking women out. Like, to me, I believe it's the man's place to ask the woman out. But I've asked a lot of guys out in my lifetime. But it never really got me nowhere. So to this point, I'm not going to ask nobody out. You know what I mean? I might shoot my shot. You know what I mean? I might shoot my shot. Like, if I see somebody that I think's, have a good personality and I'm attracted to them in some way, shape, or form, I may shoot my shot, by saying, well, I might say something here and there. But as far as me asking somebody out, I'm not going to be the one to ask somebody out. Because I figure if somebody's really interested in me, they'll ask me out. Because really, it kind of goes back to the old-fashioned times, where men ask women out. You know what I mean? But a woman should let a man know, and vice versa, that they are interested in them. That they have interest, you know what I mean? Like, flirtatious-wise or something, But we shouldn't be out here trying to hit on people who's married. And it seems like all the people that hit on me, they're all married. You know what I mean? Like, where I work at, it's just like, people that hit on you, there's people that hit on you, but a lot of times it's people that's married that hit on you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for somebody single. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want nobody married. I don't want somebody married. I want somebody who's single. You know what I mean? And, but to be honest, I don't get out much to meet people. But, I mean, like I said, God will guide somebody my way when the time is right. I fight the struggle of wanting somebody now. And God is, you have to have patience to wait for God to bring the right one into your life. So I fight the struggle, I really do. And I'm sure there's other people out there who fight the struggle, but God says he'll bring the right one into your life, but I don't know. I really haven't put myself out there. I'm on a few dating sites, but I never paid for them. And, I really don't. I mean, I've got several people interested, but I don't get on there and check to see who talks to me. You know what I mean? I don't get on there. I don't really fool with it much, because I ain't one to want to meet somebody online. There's too many rapists, killers, and too many bad things happening in the world to be trying to meet somebody online. So that really ain't my way to go. I'd rather meet somebody in person, you know what I mean? I'd rather see somebody in somewhere else. I just don't want to try to meet somebody online, because you just don't know how people are nowadays. There's too many people out here that's doing crazy stuff, and I don't want no part of that. But anyway, I'm going to smoke me a cigarette, y'all, and I'll keep on continuing to talk to y'all. I can always find something to speak about. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are good people, but there's good people in the world. Like, I always wanted to say that I'm a type person, I try to see the good in all people. I try to support people in what they like to do and stuff like that, because everybody's different. One person may like rap, one person may like country, one person may like bluegrass, one person may like heavy metal, one person may like, regular rock and roll, I mean. It is what it is. Everybody likes what they like, but the thing of it is, if you get with somebody that's, they say, and my thing is, here's another thing. There's people always say, opposites attract. Opposites attract, but how long do they last? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have somebody willing to support your goals. Mine's music. Mine's poetry. If somebody's not willing to support me in what I like to do, then I don't want nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. I got to have something in common with somebody. And they got to be a Christian. You know, because I done been down that road, somebody saying that they believe in God and all this stuff, and they don't. But it's probably really going to be hard for me to find somebody. And a lot of times I think to myself, well, nobody's going to want me because I got bipolar. And I've mentioned that to a lot of people, you know, in the passing, people I work with, other people that I talk to, you know, even some of my friends, you know. I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones I do have, I've mentioned that to them. They're like, well, the right person will love you, you know. I seek my self-help. I go to psychiatrists. I go to counseling, you know what I mean. I take meds every day. I try to take care of myself, you know. I mean, it is what it is. I work. I don't have my own place right now, but I will eventually. But music's always going to be my dream goal, you know what I mean? That's always going to be something that I'm going to do. Like, whoever I get with, like, if I was to get with somebody, they're going to have to support what I like to do, just like I would have to support what they love to do. You know what I mean? If there's something somebody likes, you have to be willing to support them. If you're not willing to support them and what they like to do, they're not going to support you. It can't be, well, I support what you do, but you don't support what I do. No, that's not right. You know what I mean? There's going to be times where if I was with somebody, they're going to have to give me that time to write. They're going to have to give me my space because I like my own space to be able to write and do things I like to do. You know what I mean? Because there's times I don't want to be around nobody. You know what I mean? I want to just be able to thank me and God and be able to do what God blessed me to do. And a relationship's not going to take that place. You know what I mean? Because everybody needs time to themselves. And there's times, you know, but you can't leave somebody by themselves 24/7. Because if you do that, then it's not going to work out. You got to make sure that you're spending time with your significant other if you're with somebody. You can't expect them to, you know what I mean, you can't let what you do override your relationship. You have to kind of have a balance. And that's hard to do sometimes in the world when you're working a job and you got an interest that you have, a passion you have, plus you got kids and you have a significant other. It's hard to juggle all those things. Let's be real. It is. It's hard to juggle all of them. But you got to make time for who you're with. Because if you don't, a lot of times they're going to stray away or they're just going to say the heck with it because you ain't spending no time with them. And I've been in that position where, you know, my heart was broken and I had to learn to be alone. That was hard for me. It was hard for me to be alone. But I've learned that I'm good on my own. You know what I mean? If I have somebody in my life, I do. If I don't, I want somebody in my life, but I can't force that. But my thing is, you know, I'm 42 years old. Will I meet anybody? I don't know. I don't know. I've always dated older people thinking that they would be more mature, but evidently that's not the case either. And me personally, age really ain't no factor. It depends on how mature somebody is. You know what I mean? It depends on their personality. It depends on their demeanor. It depends on how they treat others. You know what I mean? Because if you get with somebody and they treat people like shit, do you think they're going to treat you good? You know what I mean? You judge people by the fruit they bear. You know, if they don't have a heart for people, you know. But my thing is, a lot of people will say, well, if you're nice, you're too nice. You're too nice. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of people tell me that you're too nice. You know, and it's like, well, okay, what do you want? You want somebody to treat you like shit, or do you want somebody to treat you good? You know what I mean? Like, literally. You can't have both worlds, you know what I mean? But a man needs to be able to hold his own, and so does a woman. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to come together and be at one with each other and work through problems. But if you're arguing with somebody every day, that ain't no relationship. You might as well just pack that up and let it go and move on with your life. Because if you're arguing with somebody every day, there's no way that's a relationship's going to work out. There's ain't no way. If there's no compromising and there's no communication, if you have no communication, and that means about everything. From your love making to your whatever's going on in your life to whatever issues you may have, if you cannot sit down and communicate with your partner, you might as well forget it. If they're only seeing their way and they're not seeing anything, they're not willing to compromise, then that is never going to work. I've been there, done that. It don't work. But that's just my personal experience, and I know that if somebody is always deflecting everything, you try to speak to them and And here's another thing. This is one thing I'm going to speak, and it is nothing but the damn truth. All right, so if you say you are looking at somebody potentially to date, say you've been on a few dates, okay, and you really need to go in deeper on your conversations. You got to get to know somebody, obviously. But the thing of it is, if that person can't admit to any wrongs that they've done in a past relationship, and they can't admit to any, even if it wasn't their fault, the relationship didn't work out. It takes two people to get together and two people to split. If a person is not willing to say that they did anything wrong or something that they could have worked on to make it better or to make themselves a better person, if they're not willing to take any accountability for things that they done and they're blaming it all on the other person, that right there is a red flag. That right there is a red flag, because it takes two people to get together and two people to split. You know what I mean? It does. There's always something below the surface that somebody ain't admitting, because you have to be I'm a transparent person. I'm as honest as they come. I just tell you how it is. You know what I mean? I'm not, and I try not to be hateful. There's times that I've been hateful, but there's times I really do know how to communicate. And, I don't need a partner who cannot communicate. You know what I mean? That's why I'm waiting on God to bless me with the one I'm to be with. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't want somebody that's not a Christian. I don't want somebody that drinks every day. I don't want somebody that does drugs. I don't want somebody that's not a Christian. I don't want none of that. Because the thing of it is, if you're not that, you're not going to. To me, I can't force you to be that. So whoever God has for me, he'll send my way when the time is right. And I just learn to have patience to wait. Just like it says in the Bible, patience to wait, right? We're human. We're flawed. So even if we're saved, we still sin on a daily, because we're not perfect. And I'm not going to be hypocritical on my channel. I'm going to speak it how it is. I really do truly believe that God's got somebody for me. And I just don't, I've seen a few people that I find attractive, but, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just assume they don't want me because I got bipolar, I don't know. Who knows? I've seen a few people in the byways and the highway. But, it is what it is. I mean, if somebody's interested, they'll ask you out. Most of the time, most people single because they ain't gotten over their past relationship. And I'm over mine. I don't want nothing to do with him. But I ain't going to forget how he done my heart. You know what I mean? I wonder sometimes, am I ever going to find somebody? You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I'm 42 years old. I ain't found them yet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be the only people that's actually hit on me is married people. And I don't get that. You know what I mean? I don't have whore written on my forehead. You know what I mean? I'm not a whore. I'm not that by no means, shape, or form. I don't want nobody that ain't available. And I don't want no egotistical man. I don't want a man that's egotistical that thinks his way, it's his way or the highway, or I'm good with that. Somebody that everything comes out of their mouth is something negative. I wouldn't want nobody like that. I want somebody who's a good person. You know what I mean? And that's really hard to find nowadays. Because they say a lot of those people are taken, but that's not always the case. It's not always the case. I've seen couples where, they're married, but their wives go to church but never see their husband in the church, I don't know. I don't want nothing to do with that either. Because if God's not the center of a relationship, it ain't going to work out. 9 times out of 10, you put 2 unsaved souls together, it ain't going to work out. I've learned from my past mistakes. I'm trying to make better decisions in my life. But I fight the struggle because I'm human. I'm a human being. I'm flawed. I ain't perfect. But anyway, leave some comments down in the comment section below, y'all. And if there's anybody out there that's not been saved, I want to take this time to ask if you would ask Christ into your heart. And if you truly believe that Jesus died on the cross and that he arose from the dead 3 days later, then you're saved. Then go find a church and get baptized. So until next time, peace, love, and y'all be blessed.